Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP have been warned pushing ahead with a plan to implement a 4-day working week could plunge Scotland into a recession, piling further pressure onto the country's already fragile economy. The Scottish Conservatives have warned the plan could cost Scotland's public sector £2.5 billion alone each year and blow a massive hole in Scotland's already vulnerable economy. During the annual SNP conference in November, party members voted overwhelmingly in favour of a 4-day working week by a margin of 1,136 votes to 70, calling on the Scottish Government to launch a review of working practices in Scotland, including the possibility of a 4-day week. Scotland's employment law continues to be controlled by England, meaning the SNP would only be able to introduce the plan if the party is successful in its pursuit of Scottish independence. The country's economy has been battered by the coronavirus pandemic and resulting lockdowns that have been imposed. The Scottish Conservatives have claimed a 4-day working week would cost the NHS an extra £1.5 billion, the education system would need an extra £430 million, police would require £431 million, the fire service would need another £108 million and the prison service would need an extra £43 million, all before cuts to staff salaries or public services. Shadow Cabinet Secretary for the Economy Maurice Golden told Express, "This is an absolutely ludicrous plan that would cost Scotland £2.5 billion. At the height of the pandemic, how can we possibly be considering additional costs without the associated benefits is just absolutely mind-numbingly excruciating. It beggars belief that this is being actively considered by the SNP. I am an economist and I can't see this being a good idea at any time, but particularly at this time when we have an unheralded economic shock to the system. To try and change working practices so dramatically, to add vast costs onto our NHS, schools, police, fire or prison service, seems entirely out of keeping with rational economic thought." Last month, the Fraser of Allender Institute set out 3 scenarios in its latest economic commentary report. But it warned that a pessimistic scenario, involving business closures, rising unemployment and a slow rollout of a coronavirus vaccine across the country, would mean Scotland's economy may not return to pre-pandemic levels until September 2023. Ben Harris-Quinney, chairman of the Bow Group think tank, warned, "It is a policy that may immediately sound good to a lot of voters. More time off seems like a bonus. However, you can't just remove 50-plus working days from the year without consequence.